Okay, we're back with the final end of day report for the week. You're listening to the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports. And let's get right into it. All right, so the first chart we have here is the bonds. As you see, today was a pretty wild day in the markets. And we'll get into that in a moment here. And we're going to take a look and see if anything has changed and what you can expect for tomorrow and going into next week and going into the remainder of the year. All right. That's what we're going to take a look at. All right. Bear with me just for a second. Need to see something. All right. Just be a minute. Just want to find something. All right. Okay. I see your question. What's the difference between the intraday price triggers and the daily price triggers? Okay, so the intraday price triggers are faster, the daily price triggers are slower, obviously. That's how that works. So the intraday price triggers is looking at all the intraday action and is basing projections on that data. And then the daily is looking at it from a daily perspective instead of an intraday perspective. And then it stretches the data out. So the intraday is going to be based on what is happening on intraday charts and daily charts. And then the daily price triggers are going to be stretched out. It's looking at daily bars and weekly bars. All right. So that's the difference between the two price triggers on the reports. Normally, if you see both prices indicated, it is giving you a range, all right, of what is happening. First and second um, price inflection points. So that's how that works. All right. So looking at bonds, you'll notice that today was an up day. All right. We had this rally alert, right? And then on day one, after the rally alert, we had that, that narrow bar. The market didn't do anything, right? Inside day. Then the market waited and exploded higher today. So it is built up additional energy, but you have to fill this gap. This gap needs to be reconciled before the market is going to really take off and do anything real. Okay. So for the long bond, this is ticker TLT. The bottom of the Kumo cloud is in play at 105. So that's eventually where the market is going to try to go, but it does need to back and fill. And a successful back and fill would demonstrate the true power of the technical rally. If the back and fill fails, then the rally isn't real, and all this will do is be a springboard for the next leg down that will take out the prior 52-week low in your bonds. All right. Next up is a Litecoin. A lot of fireworks in the markets today. A lot of fireworks in these markets. All right. So looking at Litecoin, Litecoin had an interesting move. As you see, we had the crash alert, initial crash alert, two parabolic down bars. Then you had this huge rally today, creating a massive bearish pointer, but also giving you a rally alert. So the bulls obviously have taken control and put a bottom, short-term bottom to the market. Just remember, this is still a bear market. Bear market rallies are coming, and they often get sold, like the market did back here, like the market did here, like the market did here, and like the market did here. So just keep that in mind if you are trading in this space. All right. Try to lock in some profits and trail your open positions using the pop method. Now, the interesting thing here is Bitcoin. Look at the Bitcoin futures. I want you to take a look at this chart. Do you see anything that has changed on this chart? Question, has the trend changed? No, it is not. Question, is there any technical damage on the chart as a result of today's price action? No. Is there a major algo shift on the chart? Yes. Does it mean that we have the bottom? Is the bottom in? No. How will you know if the bottom is in? Because the trend will change from bearish to bullish. That has not happened yet. All right. Was today exciting? Yes. Was today super significant from a technical perspective? No. There are many reasons for that. Even though today's rally was really nice, it wasn't good enough. All right. It just wasn't. It didn't take out the prior bar's high for one. If this was going to say, okay, the bottom is in, why didn't we take out today's high? The market could have easily done it. It rallied this much. What's a little bit more? And I have seen that in the past where you can have a big down bar like this, and then the rally bar will swallow this bar up completely. Totally engulfing bar. Do we see an engulfing bar on the screen? No. Did it give us a rally alert based on today's activity? Yes. Is the bottom of the Kumo cloud at 20,000 back in play for this weekend? Yes. Is it enough to change the trend if it gets to there? No. Will you say, okay, the bottom is in if it gets to the bottom of the Kumo cloud? No. What if it gets to the bottom of the Kumo cloud and then just explodes and gets to the top of the Kumo cloud and hits 22,000? Is the bottom in then? No. All you've done was reach your first and second profit objective. Can the bears come in at 22,000 and take it all the way down to 8,000? Yes. What are my price projections for Bitcoin if this bear market continues? Before the end of the year, we could see Bitcoin south of 10,000. We could drop to 8,000 or even less than that. All right. Just saying. It is what it is. It's its own animal right now. You trade with the price actions given you. All today did was force some shorts that took this initial crash alert to cover and take profit. If you didn't use the pop method when the market was down here, when it closed at yesterday's low, if you didn't use the pop method down there, then you had to suffer all this loss of your gains. You still had a pretty nice gain from getting short from here, but you lost all of this between here and here when you could have used the pop method and got out down here and then stepped aside and wait for your next signal. That's how you trade these markets. Taking a look at Ethereum. All right. Same thing. It's not too far away from the bottom of the Kumo cloud, though. And we do have a rally alert for this weekend. Bottom of the Kumo cloud at 1,400 is in play. Second profit objective will be 1,600. All things being equal, if this bear market continues, though, by the end of the year, you could be below 1,000. I warned of this a long time ago, if you guys remember. I warned that Ethereum could drop below 1,000. And here we are threatening to do just that. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. What about the dollar index? It got absolutely roasted today. But I have a question for you. Did I not tell you over the last several days that it was threatening to drop outside the Kumo cloud and just fall over the edge of the cliff? And didn't I tell you there's no downside support? It's just free fall. I've been telling you that. Is not the are not the bears still in control of the market? Do we not have a short-term top in the dollar? We got the bar right here. This red bar was your topping bar. It was your crash alert. Is the market not crashing from the crash alert? Yes and yes. Are you surprised by the price action? You should not be. Had an initial crash alert here, had another crash alert here, had another crash alert here, had another crash alert here, and then another crash alert right here just 2 days ago. And now here's the market. You can't make this stuff up. That's why these reports are so crucial. Regardless of what I say in these videos, the reports tell you exactly what to do with the market. Here's oil. Now, oil's been consolidating all up here in the cloud space, in the Kumo cloud, but with a bearish bent to it. You're still in a bear market. Crash alert bar, and you've been getting downside production for 3 days in a row. You got another crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And right now, oil is threatening to fall outside of the cloud and go into free fall. So be careful if you are trading oil. All right, let's look at some stocks. Let's start with the Russell My Hustle. The ticker is IWM. And what do we see here happening? Something interesting has happened in the Russell. All right, so we got a rally alert for tomorrow, Take Back Friday. And the market is now switched from a bearish to a bullish. Interesting, right? You had this crash alert here. The market came and gave you some downside. Gave you a crash alert for down for more downside. Then gapped up on the open, and now it's giving you a rally alert that cancels out this crash alert here. A lot of confusion. This doesn't even make sense. This bar is supposed to be below the Kumo cloud, but instead it's outside on top side of the Kumo cloud. So you don't have technical damage, but you are showing a clear algo shift. But yet now you're tied, bulls and bears fighting together now. Technically speaking, you're bearish to neutral. Technically speaking, bearish to neutral because you're in a bear market and you've just had a bear market rally that really technically wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. All right, so this is happening. You got a gap here though that needs to be dealt with. You got a wide Kumo cloud consolidation. Is the market going to back and fill and then drift sideways, or are the bears going to come in and start beating the market down again? That's a very good possibility, folks. Trade what the market gives you. All right. Trade what the market gives you. Don't try to second guess. That's why I like these reports, man. I love them. They tell you what to do. Even when just looking at the chart, it's not enough to tell you exactly what you should do or how you should trade a market. Looking here at, we talked about oil. Here's the OIH ETF, and look at this crash alert here. Definitely downside is in play. Top of the Kumo cloud at $230 a share is now in play in OIH. Taking a look now at the NASDAQ 100, the QQQ, and you'll see a similar thing. Now, the NASDAQ had its explosive gap up rally, and it stopped short right at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. Isn't that interesting? All right, similar chart pattern activity, but a weaker market. This is a perfect place for the bears to come in here and do something. I'm just saying be very, very careful. I think shorts covered, and now they're just waiting for the next opportunity to pounce. All right. I see some requests. Yeah, the markets tend to move together, but as a rule of thumb, the Bitcoin does not necessarily move with the stock indices. Um, it has been, and it's done so a lot, but it's not a normal thing. It's not like the euro, yen, and the S&P. You know what I mean? Or the euro and the S&P, or the euro and the Dow. It's not like that. But at times it can, rally or fall, whatever. All right. So the first request is NVTA. All right. All right. Let's take a look at NVTA. Give me just a moment. Just give me a few seconds. All right. All right. Looks like I do have data for these that you put in here, which is good. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is NVTA. All right. So you have back-to-back rally alerts that occurred at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So top of the Kumo cloud around $5.50 is going to be the upside initial target on NVTA. All right. Okay, the next one is HUDI. All right, so this one looks like it's a new security, doesn't have a lot of data. All right. Okay, so this one has been consolidating for quite some time, and then it had an explosive rally, and then it crashed and burned and created a gap on the way down. And you have a rally alert for tomorrow's trading on this one. It's going to try to at least come up here and close the gap. Then after that, we'll see what it can do. So initial target is $20. That's your initial upside target. Okay. And then from there, um, it would be to fill the gap. So between 20 and 40 is probably what you're going to see on HUDI. All right. Let's see what else we got here. COSM. All right. Let's see what this one is. Cosmos Holdings. All right. This one looks new as well. All right. So once enough data is gathered on these, it should appear on the reports. I just added them for you. All right. So on COSM, this one's been consolidating for quite a long time as well. Been hitting new bear 52-week lows, and you finally got yourself a rally alert here. So bottom of the Kumo cloud at 25 cents is the initial upside target on COSM. All right, the next request is DRIP. Let's take a look at DRIP. See what that ETF is doing. This is the S&P Oil and Gas ETF, and it's a 3X ETF. And right now we got, okay, so this one's been in a bear market. It's just been falling. And now we got a fresh new crash alert for tomorrow on DRIP. So DRIP is not looking so hot. All right, and then next up, the final one is SQQQ, which is a favorite. That's the inverse ETF for the NASDAQ 100. It's a 3X ETF as well. So let's see. All right, so this one has been just taking a beating. You got a crash alert for tomorrow. It's threatening to fall out of the Kumo cloud and go into free fall. All things being equal, this thing could drop below 30 bucks if the rally continues. So it's been messy up here, choppy and consolidating up here. That's one of the reasons why I hate 3x ETFs, man. They're good for one day, but trying to hold it for a couple of days is almost impossible to do with the gaps and the volatility, man. But yeah, this thing is falling. It did gap down today, so it does need to back and fill up here. But the bears clearly have this one number. You had a crash alert back here when you're up at that $60 handle, and here you are at 47. Ouch! So this thing is definitely falling like a rock. All right, so you guys know what to do, man. Hopefully everyone had a great trading week. Remember to smash the like button, and remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I am out. Everyone have a great weekend. Peace.